Hello to everybody, and with you again me, Valerie and Polska. Now we take a part in the beautiful trading and investment meetup by the GuyWay. Today we will have an exclusive topics, how and where you can to invest during the crypto winter and how to make money there. If you think that only men know the financial world and world of Web3, you are wrong. Today you will meet our beautiful and sexful women in tech, and the cherry on the cake. Today we will have our special guest is the most famous influencer in our industry, Web 3.0. Well, guys, they will share with you their way and they will share with you how to become that much famous, successful and rich how they are. And now it's time to begin.
Can you tell us a little bit, right now there's a crypto winter, so tell us a little bit about what are you predicting, what are you expecting, maybe a little bit of advice for people in the field?
Yeah, so ultimately bear markets bear fruit and bull markets produce bullshit. So what you want to do is you want to pay attention to who are the actual builders in the space that are actually building in the bear market, and not the guys that come around when the market's really bubbling and your taxi drivers trying to tell you which tokens to buy. And what you do is in this time period is you actually build. And the overwhelming majority of people that actually make money in crypto aren't investing, they're not trading, they're not they're not doing things that most people think they're doing. What they're actually doing is building use cases and applications in this space. And there's a variety of opportunity that exists with that once you recognize what actually blockchain is. So once you understand what blockchain is, you can see the amount of opportunities that still exist in this world because, again, it's triple entry bookkeeping, debts, credits, and verification. Double entry bookkeeping is what dominates the world today, and this database is actually better suited for bookkeeping and ultimately all the transactions that exist in the space.
We hear about many stories about your mindset, but we would like to ask you from the first of you, how did you change? How many time is spending for you to become from the person who was in the grocery working and to become a millionaire from the YouTube channel?
Well, Five years ago, I changed my mindset. I just completely switched from being a normal person in my mind to becoming a very successful, extraordinary person in my mind. So externally, nothing changed immediately, but internally, everything changed. My energy changed, and I started to imagine myself being successful, and I started to visualize myself living my dream life. And that energy shift helped me attract my current life. So that's how it started, basically.
What did you use? What tricks, just tell to our viewers, what tricks you use it to change your mindset?
I did many things, but I just visualized a lot, and I told myself every day, I'm happy, I'm successful, I'm rich, I'm successful, and all these things. So using the correct words and the correct thoughts to reprogram my subconscious, and that's what I did.
So maybe could you give us some predictions on how do you see the industry in maybe a couple of years? When do you see the winter stopping or the clearing up, I guess?
So I am very, very bullish on Bitcoin over the next few years and over the next few decades. Outside of Bitcoin, the crypto space has a lot more questions. It's really hard to say who's going to be the winner. So far, Ethereum and more recently Binance token have been doing well. But everything else is very questionable, from Solana to Cardano to Polkadot to all the others. Will they still be in the top 10 in a year or two from now? Or will something else come up and be better? But Bitcoin is here to stay. Bitcoin adoption is slowly growing. Bitcoin technology continues to be more secure. More and more miners are coming online, and more people are taking their Bitcoin into their own possession in cold storage. The number of wallets with a single Bitcoin has just broken 900,000, and I can't wait till that breaks 1 million. That is Bitcoin people are going to hold on to for a long time. The amount of Bitcoin in the Lightning Network is now over 5,000, and that should double fairly quickly. And this is Bitcoin to be used in commerce as a currency. Again, Bitcoin that's going to stay in the ecosystem and never get sold. And the liquid sidechain of Bitcoin is also getting more and more Bitcoin onboarded that gets converted into a pegged liquid Bitcoin that, again, is not going to go and create selling pressure. So any month now, I'm expecting the price of Bitcoin to rise because there's just not going to be that much Bitcoin to sell.
So maybe you could tell us a little bit more of what exactly do women that come into the project, what do they learn, how do you operate? Just tell us a little bit more about the depths of your company.
Yeah, to be honest, to create a really good educational product in crypto, in trading and investment, it's not really easy because there is two components, the product itself and the expert. I want to tell you more about expert because I think person in education is the main. And in cryptosphere, it's not enough really good background or your interesting and successful cases. You need to be lifestyle blogger, coach, trainer, methodologist of educational product, editor, analyst, investor, and you have to be a complex of different roles, and you have to be a role model to make people and community around you to follow you to succeed. And it's very important, and you need to learn new things every week, every month, learn new things in crypto. And it's not easy, but it's drive me to keep learning more and more and more and give it to a lot of women around me.
Give to our followers some secrets and tips how to become and make money during the crypto winter.
Really patience, basically. When I first started buying Bitcoin, I bought it when it was $1. I watched it go to $32 and then drop all the way down to $2 and stay around $5 to $7 for over 2 years almost. And not 2 years, actually it was over a year and a half. And so it was patience, basically. Yeah, most people are not patient. Most people want wealth today. Patience is the key. Buy and hold Bitcoin for the long run and you'll see wealth.
Can you tell us a little bit about the crypto winter that's happening right now? Maybe give us a little bit of predictions because this was a common theme throughout the event. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, back in 2015, this was also the question back then. And then 2016, people were like so hesitant to be involved into the crypto space because back then they were so scared that Bitcoin might collapse and go down to less than a 400 or less than that. That then we are now in a stage where it's accumulation phase, wherein you will see that later on the next coming years, you will see that the BTC or all the crypto market will start to pull up because this is actually the trend. This is how the trend is pulling up right now. And let's say if you started to enter into the crypto market during the bear season, that is the perfect timing to enter. But you need to also understand how much do you really need when it comes to your margin and how are you going to maintain your trade, because you need to do constant analysis and constant maintenance onto your trades. And this is something that the people should be educated at by attending to some of those workshops, some of those like Vays and some of these guys that are like presenting how they could definitely increase your profit on the trading. So they need to be fully literated before they enter into the investment side, or either way they can hold the crypto and wait for 1 more year, 2 years before you see that there's like this exchange of the coin so that you can get your capital and then return altogether.
Well, the other question is gold or digital assessed. What worth more in the world?
Well, it depends on the person. I mean, if you talk to a coffee farmer and a coffee trader, they'll tell you a specific type of coffee, a very rare type of coffee or a farm, etc. It depends where you are, what you're doing. The gold is the same, depends where you are. So countries that are not at risk of being invaded, they look at gold differently. Other countries look at it in a different way. It depends geopolitically where you're at as well. If you look at the news the past few months even, a lot of countries have increased their gold reserves, and that's in anticipation of more difficult times. Now, if you talk to the World Gold Council, they're looking at tokenizing gold, possibly in the future, just to have the flow of gold catch up to Bitcoin, because for the last 10 years it's been the best performing security asset, and it's embarrassing for the gold industry who've been doing this for centuries and for years as well. I mean, so I think there will be a huge upgrade in the way banking is done. The banks are catching up, and I want to take a quote that I've read somewhere. Bitcoin will do to banks what the email did to the postal industry. So there's a bit more truth to that when it comes to the gold financing and gold trade. I believe they can catch up. Last year in our Precious Metals Conference, we invited Michael Saylor. I'm going to bring other people to talk at this Precious Metals Conference, which is in November 21st and 22nd. I do encourage people from the crypto industry to come, engage, and network, not just the gold players, but you will see a pushback from the gold industry about that specific question.
There's a crypto winter right now, and I want to ask your opinion on when it's going to finish, on what needs to happen for that to finish, and just because it's an important topic, I wanted to ask you.
Yes, actually the crypto winter is the topic that interests the most people, I guess, in the industry right now. And I would like to answer it with a quote of Warren Buffett. Most money is earned when blood is flooding the streets. So for real crypto guys, and myself, I'm into crypto since round about 2011, 2012, there is no such thing as a bear market or crypto winter. For us, it's called sale. For us, it's called opportunity. And I would advise everyone out there, instead of looking forward for the next 100x, instead of praying for everything to go up and for all the moonshots to happen super soon, I would advise everyone to build a solid foundation, to build a solid portfolio, to build out as long as it's possible, because everyone out there who is telling us right now, oh, when is the bull market, will be exactly the ones who buy in at 100k Bitcoin, at 60k Bitcoin. So use the opportunity of the bear market, of the crypto winter, instead of hoping for a change. Now it's the best time to accumulate. The most money is earned when you buy in low.
How about the crypto legalization here in Dubai? What you can tell about it?
Well, this is one of the more critical things, but this is also in progress. Like there's a new entity which came up recently. It's called VARA, Virtual Asset Regulation Authority. And for example, Binance and some other exchanges like FTX, they already received their MVP licenses in order to run their business. And now people can actually do fiat off-ramp and fiat on-ramp through their bank accounts here, which was before not possible. And more things are happening, and more regulations are coming. So for all the businesses which are in crypto and registered, or in blockchain and registered in UAE, they usually have a distributed ledger technology license. And all those businesses who have this license, they got asked by VARA now to fill out a formula in order to put information about their crypto business, and it will be decided to give them a business continuation license.
Could you say a little bit about what some countries are doing, how is it helping businesses, and what trends are there?
It's a lot of countries are doing a lot of different things. The problem, again, we kind of touched on it in response to the first question, there's inconsistency of treatment between the different jurisdictions, and these networks are inherently international. So even if something's allowed in one place, that doesn't make it get allowed somewhere else. There's no fair and equal treatment under law. So there's limited things that countries can do. There's, it's funny saying this as a lawyer, there's some argument for just getting away with what you can, the best you can, and trying to get so big and so awesome that by the time they catch up to you, it's too late. Because the regulators aren't necessarily the good guys. Some of them are, but some of them aren't. The UAE, as you pointed out, has been very proactive, or has been reasonably proactive about issuing regulations, consulting with the industry, seeing what they can do. Switzerland and Germany have done a good job with that. The U.S. has, and it's very painful to watch, not done a good job with that. And, of course, China's just crunched down on everything.
For mass adoption of crypto and other companies within this field, there needs to be more strict laws, or what laws would you say are needed for customer protection, for making it better for mass adoption?
Yes, I think the challenge is mass adoption. And already today, if we look, from statistical point of view, like in 2021, which is like a latest statistic, there was 81 billion wallets already in crypto ecosystem. It's a quite impressive number, right? So what does it mean? It means, that this new technology and revolution and all the services which are created and provided for customers, they will only increase. And someone might say, that there is a new industry which is not properly regulated, it's a gray industry. So partly we can agree because, the market and ideas and new business people are moving faster than the national legislators can catch them. But at the same time, I would, as a lawyer, I have to tell to everyone, so it doesn't mean that all the blockchain ideas and companies are existing or working in a vacuum of laws and regulations. It's not true. There are plenty of rules and regulations in place in each of the country, mainly which relates to anti-money laundering, to know your customer, to fair commercial practices, to fair advertising, to consumer protection. That every consumer has a right to know everything about the business partner he is dealing with. Every consumer has the right to receive full information about the quality of the service. He has to know who is his business partner, who is a contractual partner. So, and also anti-money laundering, So there is a lot of rules already in place which you have to follow. Nevertheless, of course, to specifically challenge or regulate some of the unique and specific situations which are in a blockchain, of course, legislators have to come up with the specific regulations, mainly from the regulatory point of view, how to set up the companies, what kind of licenses should be issued. And this I also see over the world, more countries more and more successfully are following and coming up with the set of the new regulations for this industry.
5-8 years ago, you shifted completely from making videos on electronics, doing tech reviews, to solely doing crypto videos. Yeah. Why is that? What potential did you see in the industry? What motivated you to do that?
Man, I'm not like most of the other guys here. I got into crypto just because I wanted to make money. There was nothing else that interested me at the time. I was from the projects, that kind of background. So I just happened to be a nerd that was interested in tech, and then that interest shifted to crypto, to trading. I was already interested in it years before, I just didn't know how to, but when I was 15, 16, I had the mental capacity to start learning. So that's why I changed, and it just captured my interest. I got sucked right into it. Started off as a Bitcoin spot trader and then moved to altcoins. Then the crash in 2017 happened, and in 2018 I became a derivatives trader. Which kind of took it all up a notch because you can make way more money in derivatives if you know what you're doing. So my YouTube channel's just been on that ever since.